Hey there, folks. This is Aaron to remind you that if you want to help this show keep going, you should go to our Patreon website linked down below, and you can help us avoid any weird debts with crazy evil witches to keep this podcast going. We would greatly appreciate that because, honestly, I don't remember who I am or why I'm here. Someone help me, please. Hello, Internet, and welcome to the After Credits Cast. You've listened to this podcast once before. You'll never really forget about us. We're Ersen Waseska, and with me today, I've got Raibaba Metters.
Yes.
I can do silly names with this one, Ryan. It's not sad.
Yes, I'm glad.
And of course, we couldn't forget our guest star this week, Kumaxi Boris. Just so you know, Max, the Spider-Man is my favorite guy. He's the coolest dude in the whole movie.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay,
He's so good. So good.
There's no arguing with that.
For those wondering what we're talking about, we're going to be discussing Spirited Away, the 2002, or I guess if you're in Japan, 2001, Studio Ghibli Classic. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and do a quick segment on What You Watchin'. We did a double recording, so this is going to be kind of awkward. So I'm going to just pull from my podcast list here real quick. I have been listening to some other shows recently, some new stuff, like Days of Future Cast, where you listen to these two nerds talk about X-Men for an hour and a half. It's actually kind of stupid, but hilarious.
Cool.
Yeah. They just finished Season 1 in the first movie. We're going to be doing Season 2 here next week, I think. I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Well, I have, if we're going the podcast route, I have been keeping up with Season 2 of Critical Role. If there are any critters out there who also listen to this shit, please hit me up. I am absolutely down to freak out about the Mighty Nine and the backstories that we keep getting dropped. Please, guys, talk to me. I'm so lonely. I mean, Critical Role's really good, guys. You should talk to me about it.
I'm actually still in Season 1 of that show, but Grok is my favorite. He's just hilarious.
I will let you know, you do not have to watch Season 1 to watch Season 2. And they're only like 18 episodes into Season 2. So, I mean, it's the seasons are campaigns. So, like, Season 1 is their full first campaign. And Season 2 is a brand new campaign. It's really good. Super good.
Ryan, if you like that one as a D&D series, you should check out Heroes and Halfwits and Twits and Crits from both Achievement Hunter and Funhouse. They're both pretty good. I think you'd like them.
All right. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that, too.
Max, how about you? What have you been watching and or listening to?
Well, I don't actually listen to a lot of podcasts that much, to be honest, but I have been watching the documentary World War II in Color. Highly recommend if you are getting into World War II history, like I do commonly. And I also watched Disney's Born in China documentary, which is about the wildlife of China, and it's adorable.
Aww.
That's pretty cool. I'll tell you what I haven't watched yet, because I'm waiting for the people I'm fucking go see it with to fucking get a day off work to go see it with. Deadpool 2. I've been fucking sitting on my ass waiting to see it. I want to see it.
Ooh, damn! How the hell did we do two things of what are we watching? And I forgot to mention I went to see Deadpool 2.
What the fuck?
By the way, I went to go see Deadpool 2, guys.
We'll have to do a podcast on that at some point, because it's Deadpool.
You know what it was? I made the mistake. I actually did a double feature on Sunday because church was a short service, and my D&D group canceled the game that day, so I actually had free time to myself. So I went and saw Deadpool 2, and then right afterwards, I finally kept my promise, and I went to go see Infinity War again. Which was amazing, but it kind of overshadowed Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
so yeah,
I'm supposed to see Deadpool 2. I was supposed to see it this weekend coming up, but the people we're going to go see it with had to back out and save it to do the next weekend because of work. So I may end up seeing Solo a week earlier than anticipated because I wasn't super excited for it. Then I've been told it's good. So we'll see. We'll talk about that more in the next recording probably.
It's good. It's good. You'll enjoy it.
Okay, you've seen it?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Wait,
You're talking about Deadpool. I was talking about Solo. Never mind. Okay.
Oh, Solo. Oh, shit. You know what? I thought you said I might go have to see it solo, as in you're going to go see it by yourself.
Oh, okay.
I'm a moron.
That movie's got a terrible name because it makes it a little confusing, like the Xbox One. Alright, well, that's our What You Watching segment. That was fucking stupid. Let's go ahead and talk about the movie we're discussing. So, this week we're going to be discussing Spirited Away for the Studio Ghibli SummerSlam. I'm sticking with that name, just so you know. It was released in 2002 in the States, grossing $11 million in the US box office, but making $275 million worldwide. That's pretty damn good for this movie. It won an Academy Award in 2003 for the Best Animated Feature, along with other such accolades as the Silver Scream Award, an Annie Award, and taking 2 awards at the Japanese Academy for Best Film and Song. It's a highly recommended piece of the Miyazaki catalog, and I want to know, what do you guys think before we get into the synopsis of the movie?
Good, wholesome movie.
Yes. Not at all like what we just...
Yeah, like, compared to certain things in the Ghibli lineup... fucking...
No, it's a kid's movie, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I thought the artwork was amazing, the music was gorgeous, and it manages to capture that unique Ghibli feeling where he can make an anime that's really wholesome and fun, but also capture like a fantastical element that almost approaches terror at some point.
Oh yeah.
It's really good. It's super complex, but really good.
Well, let's see if I can parse this complex movie down to a quick synopsis for you boys.
Yep.
Here we go. On the way to witness relocation, Chihiro and her family stop at the old man Sasuke's haunted theme park. Partaking in food that doesn't belong to them, the parents turn into pigs. Ghosts appear and drag Chihiro into Japanese Alice-in-Wonderland, where a boy named Haku guides her to keep spirits from killing her, supposedly. She is conscripted by a big-nosed witch, Yubaba, to work at the bathhouse, the center of this little ghost town, as it were. Also, to remember her name as knowing your name is also important here. Yubaba renames Chihiro to Sen because she now owns you, bitch. She does various tasks like pulling bikes out of mud monsters, cutting the crazy faceless boys off at the everything-you-can-eat cannibal hour, and turning the boss's brat baby into a mouse. Sen is given train tickets to visit Yubaba's sister Zeniba because she's supposedly more reasonable than Yubaba. Of course. Sen, Mouse Baby Baba, and No Face take the Swamp Bottom Express to return Zeniba's gubs and ask her for help. But that's a little out of her jurisdiction. Haku exploits this by making a deal with Yubaba that if they return Baby Baba, then Sen and her family are free to go. When Baby Baba is returned, Sen is given one final test to determine which pigs in the pen are actually her parents. Seeing this all as a trick, she points out Yubaba's bullshit and is awarded her freedom. They go back through the tunnel that got them there, the parents blissfully unaware of what happened. And Chihiro, having finally matured, now ready to handle a new life in this new witness relocation program. Boys, what do you think?
Fantastic. God damn it.
Top-notch synopsis.
I had a lot more fun with this one because it wasn't serious and sad.
It wasn't about, like, the genocide of a fucking people.
You know, it didn't involve the death of the toddler, so we could play with it a little bit.
It almost did, though. He turned into a mouse.
Yeah, I mean,
He was fine.
he was like 2.5 away, you know.
I want to point out.
Fine.
I want to point out one little cute thing, which is that I liked how when he was in a mouse form, they actually had him do all sorts of fun little background shit, and it was really cute and got a good laugh out of me. I had a good time with that.
It was super cute. I also loved the fact that when they got to Zeniba's house, and she sees them, she says, "That spell wore off so long ago. You guys are free to turn back whenever you want." And they're like,
Nah, we're good.
Fine.
Nah,
like being a
we're
mouse.
just hanging here, you know.
We're just chilling. It's fine. I was like, oh my god, guys.
Part of you has to wonder if they just like being furries.
Well, the bird never changed back, did it?
No, it was just completely chill.
The bird was cursed to like have fucking Shababa's like head on it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, it was like, fuck it, I'll be a little fly bird thing. That's fine.
So I have some prompts here, like the last one. I'll start with the first one that's just kind of generic. What works in this film and what doesn't work in this film, boys? What do you guys think?
What do you mean by like works and doesn't work? Can you elaborate a little bit more?
So, like, as a viewer of the film, like, what things really click with you and make this film kind of run really well, and what things kind of pull you out and like, wait a minute, what the fuck's this about?
I can't really recall a lot of moments like that took me away from it. You know, it's a really good like linear movie in the sense that like it just feels easy to get behind. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I loved the as I mentioned earlier, I loved the fact that Studio Ghibli can put out like a movie that's straight up a kid's film, and the story about a kid like maturing like through like and learning responsibility, like that's for real a kid's film, but also managed to capture some elements of like a fantasy, whimsy, and terror in it. It's like the movie always does more than it sets out to do. Like it does what it does. It hits its target and then some. It also adds to it. I will, however, say, and it's not a detraction from the movie, it's just coming from my cultural background. I think that there are a lot of elements of the story that's just quintessential to Japanese culture that I couldn't find a latch onto.
So do you have an
it's
example?
not that it was bad, but I couldn't like get it.
Do you have an example of that, Ryan? I'm very curious, actually.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but I'm just very curious.
like no. There was no point of the story where the disconnect was so strong. It's just like, I don't know what that means. So fuck it. But like it keeps you engaged throughout the entirety of the movie. But I can't shake the feeling that I missed a lot of like cultural significance that was also built into the movie.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like smack you in the face. This is some shit that only Japanese people won't understand. But I feel like if I knew more about it, I would have.
I know an example.
Ryan, to our recent Marvel series, it's kind of like you don't need to read the Marvel comics to get all the details, but if you have, you gain a little bit more from the film for having done so. Yeah.
That's a very good analogy. It's like you can watch Spider-Man: Homecoming and have an amazing time with it, but if you actually know the comics and you get all those little gems, like, oh shit, that's the Scorpion, goddamn, you know, just like.
Yeah, I feel you.
I think a good example is that not a lot of people realize that all the creatures that you see are gods in Shintoism. I don't think a lot of people realize that.
See, I completely missed that.
I was familiar with some of them, but I didn't realize all of them were. That's actually very interesting.
Yeah. Every creature that you see is a Shinto god.
I mean, to be fair, though, they have gods for literally every damn thing over there in Shinto mythology, so that's not surprising.
Shintoism is really weird. Anyways.
I would say the only thing that didn't click with me, and it's not something I hated, but it's just one thing I like, I don't know, is the very beginning of the film when the parents are like, let's go check out this spooky tunnel. I'm like, you know, I'm fucking 28 years old right now, and I'm not a scaredy cat like Chihiro, but I know a stab tunnel when I see a stab tunnel, and I think that's a stabbing tunnel right there.
Yeah, I just saw that and been like, you know what? We gotta meet the movers. Fuck all that.
Yes, I love how, like, you know, I guess that is a very good point. How, like, fucking, you know, they're off to their fucking new home and they find this just weird tunnel and like, you know, we're supposed to be meeting some guys that are supposed to be moving our shit. Fuck them. Let's go down this weird dark tunnel, guys.
Oh, and a quick aside, which actually doesn't have anything to do with the question, but I loved that. I love that so many movies and stories kind of take the take the easy way out. Like at the end of it, when they come back and like everything is like you had just gotten there, and it might have all been a dream.
Oh no, they showed time passing. That was great.
I love that when everything was said and done, they got back to their car, things had overgrown, the car was covered in dust. It was just like, no, you guys were in there for a while. That shit happened. So
how long?
I love that they didn't steer away from that.
So did they ever say how long they're gone for? Because I mean, with all that overgrowth and dust, that feels like it's more than just a couple days, which is what it feels.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't think they ever explicitly say it, but yeah, that was a minute.
I'd be willing to believe
that was a long minute. You know,
I'd be willing to believe that maybe time passes differently in the spirit world. Is my guess.
I could say that. I could see that. Yeah.
So a quick side question here then, because I have it in my prompts, but I really like to bring it up with this movie in particular. Doesn't that food look so damn good though?
It looked super good. I knew the plot. I knew that was coming. Like when they saw delicious food, and I'm just like, ooh, don't eat that. No, you're gonna be trapped here forever. I've seen too many fairy tales. But yeah, no, that looked enticing enough to me. I probably would have been like, yeah, shit, let me just stay here forever. I'm sorry. This looks good.
See,
I want to bring up.
Go ahead.
Oh. That I looked up how long the consensus is for how long they stayed. In the Reddit thread, it was a maximum of 6 months because 6 months is the maximum that gasoline lasts.
Oh fuck, you're right.
In tanks.
That's a good catch there. I like that.
Oh wow.
So it was a maximum of 6 months. The general consensus that I'm reading is a few weeks.
I could go as far as a few weeks or a month. That seems reasonable to me.
Okay, anyways, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so I was going to say something about the food here real quick. So I was watching this movie, and some of the food caught my attention, and one thing I remember having when I was in Japan was a red bean paste sweet roll bun, which is...
Oh, yeah.
For those who don't know, it's basically... I had to look up a recipe because I wanted to see what was all in it. Red beans smashed together with like rice syrup and various other sweet things, wrapped in like a steamed or baked, preferably steamed, bun, and it's delicious as shit. And I've only ever had it in Japan.
Called like...
But I've only ever had it in Japan, and what sucks is I don't know.
I think it's called like Anpan.
I think.
Like
and I don't know if I can find it here in the States. If anyone knows a good place, at least in Iowa, where I'm at, to get it, let me know, because I'm gonna keep my eye out for it.
I can actually tell you. Northern Chicago, there's a Japanese market that sells it. Japanese bakery.
So Mitsuwa?
Yeah, Mitsuwa.
Yeah, Arlington Heights. They will more than likely have what you're looking for.
I've seen it. I know what he's talking about.
So Ryan, your job then is to acquire this by the time we come back for the visit in Japan, in China next, or Chicago next.
Okay. You know what? I tell you what. If you guys do come down to Chicago, like the next time you guys come down to Chicago, we will do a Mitsuwa run. We will
Thank
absolutely do a
Christ.
Mitsuwa.
That's-
I mean, it's like 40 to 45 minutes away from southern Chicago, but it's worth the trip, to be honest.
It is. I like Mitsuwa is where I actually had authentic ramen for the first time, and I could not believe that
How
it
much
was
better
that
it is.
good. 'Cause the only thing I knew to be ramen were those fucking 25-cent packs that you just boil some water and fucking throw in
Oh, dude.
seasoning. That was ramen for me until I went to Mitsuwa and actually tasted shit. It
Yeah.
was amazing.
You know, I'm gonna look at local Asian markets here because I know there's a few stores. They might actually have what I'm looking for, so I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. But that's a good catch. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. But yeah, no, the food here looks delicious. I fucking was just I looked at the recipe and it for that bread too, and it takes fucking hours to make. Like you have to make the paste, which takes about an hour. You have to make the bread, which takes an hour, and you have to fucking like let the bread sit so it can like overnight.
Yeah,
It's fucking
Japanese
insane.
culinary endeavors are no fucking joke.
I have had to make Japanese food before because when I studied Japanese, we had to eat authentic Japanese food for the 7 weeks that I was there.
Yeah.
It's good and it's worth it, but it's a pain in the ass to fucking make.
Like certain things I could do, like the yakisoba. Is it yakisoba that you dip in like the raw egg and then throw it onto like a little hot griddle on your table?
Yeah, I think so. Hold
Yeah,
on.
that stuff's fucking good. I could do that all day because that's delicious as shit. We're getting super sidetracked, but I mean this movie has good food. I couldn't resist.
It looks really good. Yeah.
Something that I suggest for everyone to try is a okonomiyaki, which is like a Japanese savory pancake. It has a lot of cabbage in it and like mayonnaise.
I feel like
I'm
I've
gonna have to save a break day for Mitsuwa when you guys come back up.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's get back to the film here real quick. So, how do you guys feel about Chihiro's arc throughout the film as it progresses?
I think it really shows a young girl maturing. I think it really shows a weird period in humans' lives where you suddenly realize that you have to grow up to a certain degree. And it kind of captures that moment well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a good job bookending it too. In the beginning, she's like wants nothing to do with going to that tunnel, and nothing to do with exploring. Just wants to get the fuck out of there. At the very end, she's like, "Yeah, I think I'll be good with this with the witness relocation. It's fine."
Next thing you know, Chihiro is in like her Japanese school. Like, hey, senpai, you want some coke?
Bruh.
She fucking brings out a switchblade, just cuts a little bit off for him.
Like, here, try the product.
What you don't realize, Max, is the person she's giving off that coke to is actually Akira from the Phantom Thieves. But no, I think the story's really good, and I will say the one thing that kind of was weird about the arc, for me, was how they tried to tie it into a bit of a love story near the third act.
That was a little.
And it involved the river spirit. I'm like, you know what? I can kind of buy the love. I can kind of buy the river spirit. I don't know if I could buy them in the same story.
It could they could have they could be like more kind of like tying it towards a friend companionship type of love, rather than a romantic type of love, which I could buy, especially because it's implied through the story that Haku is the spirit of the river that was close to her home where she just left. So it also tells a really cool part of the story that while she's ready to move on and she's matured enough to like embrace this new place, she always has that special love for where she came from. Like she has that special connection to her old home that she doesn't have to forget, but she can also embrace the newness. So
Shit,
that's how I.
That's a deep way to look at it. I like that. I didn't think about that until now. Shit.
Yay! I'm intelligent about movies sometimes. Sometimes I catch some shit.
Can I also point out my favorite character in all Spirited Away?
Yes.
Actually, that's going to be my next question. What's your favorite spirit Chihiro meets along the way?
Radish Spirit.
Really? A radish spirit?
I love the Radish Spirit because he's just a cinnamon roll.
Well, and I like at the very end too when they're all cheering for the victory over the mud spirit thing.
Yeah.
You just see him dancing up on the top floor. It's like, oh, that's a cool little dance.
No, I mean, I get you, but come on, it's literally a spirit for radishes, which is fucking hilarious. Like, that is a thing in Shintoism. A spirit for radishes, specifically.
Yeah, they have spirits for like everything. I think it's kind of similar to Native American spiritualism, where they had spirits for all different kind of concepts and things too. But I think Shintoism goes beyond what that is, though. They take it to another level.
Native Americanism on steroids.
Pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Ryan, how about you? What's your favorite spirit we meet along the way?
Ooh, damn.
They got a lot of good options too.
That's tough, man. I almost kind of want to say No Face, and he's just a really interesting character to me, and I'm sure if I spent like an hour, like if I watched it again and like really spent like some time like doing a deep dive into an analysis of it, I could link it to the fact that No Face is like some aspect of Sen's childhood that she learns how to control, like through responsibility. I don't feel confident enough to make that argument right now, but I definitely think there is a link there to her being able to handle and wrangle in No Face over the course of the film and of the story. So yeah, I'm gonna say No Face.
I kind of want to dive into that concept a little bit. That sounds really cool, actually.
See, I'm intelligent about movies sometimes. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, this is one of those movies where it's hard to really nail down those analyses during your first or second watch because you're so just engorged with the beauty of what's happening.
Yeah,
so
it's so beautiful. God, it's just like everything you're looking at wide-eyed. You're having a hard time like sitting down and saying, okay, what does that mean? Or like, who does this character represent in her character growth? But yeah, I definitely think that is an aspect of herself that she learns how to control.
I'm trying to think of what that would be, though. Maybe like her self-confidence or something, since that's kind of what she's there to gain, is just this ability
I wouldn't say self-confidence, because like I feel like it's like a childish gluttony almost, just like the idea that, you know, I want what I want, and you know, I'm gonna do like when I want it, and I'll do whatever it takes to get what I want. And she managed, and like it's her experience in responsibility that allows her to actually kind of wrangle that in. It's just like, you can't go around eating everybody. You have to stop. You're ruining shit for everybody else. Like, your wants should not cause everybody else so much trouble and strife, so you need to come with me now. And she manages to kind of pull that along the way.
It's kind of like the discussion in psychology, the id, ego, and superego, you know?
Yeah. I could see that, absolutely.
This episode's getting so much deeper than I thought it was going to. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's almost getting deeper than the last episode. Holy fuck.
Get ready for the fucking Studio Ghibli season where things get deep.
man, there's a lot here.
So I love No Face, and I love his design, and he's probably one of my favorite looking spirits. But I have to give a shout out to my favorite character, because he looks like Dr. Robotnik with like fucking spider arms.
Oh yes,
yes.
Kumaji,
that kindly old spider grandpa.
He looks so cool, and he's just the nicest fucking dude. It's so awesome.
This man put a spell on Soot Spots to do his work. Man, that is a G right there. I love him.
I just love the fact his arms stretch as far as they do, and they like he has like 6 of them. What the fuck?
how do you take a concept that can be so inherently creepy and then make it so heartfelt by having him stretch two of them long, spooky ass arms and draping a blanket over Sen as she sleeps? Come on, guys, stop!
Man, that was so good, so good.
It's so cute. Stop it!
Stop it.
I'm wondering what he was sitting on those train tickets for this whole time. Though, like, what was he planning to do with them? And why didn't you use them now? Yeah.
I love how, like, I don't know if it was because I didn't watch the English dub. I watched the Japanese dub with English subtitles. So I don't know if it was just the way that the subtitles were made. But part of it felt like he bought them, like, a long time ago, but she had to use them quickly.
Yeah, I was watching the English dub because I wanted to keep it simple for Amanda because she was watching with me. And, yeah, he said that it was like he's had them for like 40 years. You have to go ahead and use them. And I'm like, wait a minute. You've been selling this for 40 years? Why do you have these?
Like, how have you planned this? You know? Like, did you know?
Well, so going back to what Ryan said earlier about how No Face is representative of something of hers, I'm not saying Kumaji's representative of something, but I do think that this world exists to, like, serve her and her narrative arc, and I think that those tickets were only there because they knew she was going to be there at some point. Otherwise, they never would have existed.
Yeah, because, like, there is no way in hell.
I don't know if I buy that. I don't know if I buy that this world only exists to help her along. That feels a little contrived to me.
I think it may have just been a story plot hole.
It may have just been a point of convenience. Oh, hey, I happen to have these tickets here that just so happen to be enough for everybody, including No Face, who we didn't know was going to come along until right now. Here you go.
No Face is such a fucking weird ass stalker.
Well,
No Face, and he's just that guy was on it. I don't know what fucking.
Because I mean, in reality, it's just weird. He's like, oh, I bought these like years ago. But also, you need to use these soon.
Like, okay, so the fact that he needed to use them soon was because the idea was that Haku was dying.
Yeah, I think that's
okay.
And that she needs to get to the
maybe,
witch so that the curse can be lifted.
Maybe if they just put like a little bit more context, maybe it would have gone like a little bit better.
Maybe.
Speaking of Haku,
it just felt weird.
Speaking of Haku, I really loved how that little black slug that came out was Yubaba's like control over him, and when we finally get that revealed, it's like, oh shit, that means he's gonna do all sorts of fun shit now.
Yeah,
that's my guy. That's my guy. Goddamn river track.
Also, I've been doing research, and even my Japanese friend didn't know what was up. It was a really cute scene though, when they were like, when like she stomped the slug, and they were like, oh, you have to clean yourself.
Oh shit,
and,
that's
like,
bad luck.
Yeah, that's bad luck. And then like they did the finger thing. It was adorable, but like even my Japanese friend was like, I have no idea what the fuck that's about.
Well, how old's your Japanese friend?
I mean, he's a teenager. He's my age, so I mean, maybe it was a thing.
I was gonna say maybe because I mean Miyazaki's an older gentleman. I'm sure maybe it's something that was back when he was a kid.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it might just be like an old school tradition.
Because I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, cute as hell scene. Fucking love.
Oh,
But,
especially when Baby Baba as a hamster steps in it, and then he has one of the soot.
Yeah, that is like the best thing ever.
I'm like, come on, baby, stop it. Stop that.
So like they all cheer. All of the fucking like Sut cheers for him at the end.
Oh man, talking about this movie is curing my depression. Thank you. Oh god.
That's why I say that for the end.
Oh man.
I was gonna say though, one thing I saw in a video recently that I didn't expect to be related to this, but then we ended up watching this and I'm like, oh hey, this ties together really well. Over on the FilmJoy channel, he did a video on animation movies and had a bunch of them all together. And part of it was discussing Spirited Away, and he was just making a brief case on how gorgeous and beautiful all the little details of this anime are. And the one scene the one moment he points to in particular, but there's dozens of moments everywhere, is the one moment where she's in a hurry to meet Haku at the pig pen, and for the first time, and so she's getting her shoes on in a hurry, and he just made a big deal about how, like, she taps her foot twice to get the shoe on really quick, and, like, that's a very little detail that tells a bit about her character, but you don't see that kind of shit in other productions usually, because, fuck, like, it's too much money to make that much detail. Just get rid of it.
Definitely.
Like, that's good shit right there.
I love it. Yeah, no, that's really, really cool.
And before we go to the next segment, I do want to bring up one final thing that I thought was hilarious. So, you guys remember the moment where she separates from Haku and she goes to meet Kumagi in the basement?
Yeah.
So, there's the one moment just before then when she's, like, at the top of that, like, rickety-ass wooden staircase.
Stairs. Yo!
So during our watch of it, she was taking the first step, and it took a good, like, 30 seconds for her to take that first step.
Yeah.
So I turned to Amanda and I'm like, get ready, babe. This is the whole rest of the movie.
Oh my God.
And the fact that scene took as long as it did, I was looking over at her to see how long it'd be until she's like, what the fuck is this about? That scene went on longer than I thought it was going to. Like, oh shit, this works perfectly for this joke. Okay, so last question. How does this stack up to other anime you've seen? Which I know is a weird question to throw in there, but I'm just curious what you guys think.
I would say it's a classic, but, like, it's definitely not, like, the best that I've seen, you know?
True. I think it has shown its age a little bit. Like, it's still very smooth and crisp, but newer anime definitely got a much shinier gleam to it, I would say.
Well,
story-wise, it's perfect, I think, but animation-wise, it does show a little age.
Compare it to, like, Kimi no Na wa, for instance, where, like, when did Your Name come out?
Oh god, I think I was like in the past.
It was last year, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was
April
the past
7th,
year
2017.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you compare it to Kimi no Na wa, for instance, yeah, it's aged a lot, but I would say that it's still aged well.
Oh yeah, it's like Dark Souls. It's aged very well, and it's still very good. But you can see where the wrinkles are at here and there.
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you think?
I would say it shows its age, but at the same time, it's such classic Miyazaki that, like, it maintains that uniqueness of it. Like I could tell that it was an older anime, but it's done so well, and Miyazaki's style is so apparent that the age honestly is not a detractor for me in any way, shape, or form at all. I think it's definitely one of the classics and a fantastic anime that everybody should watch. That being said, and as deep as we're getting into it, that being said, it's not like the most complex story. It's a very fantastically done kids film, and I definitely think it's suitable for all kids.
Oh yeah, it's basically Alice-in-Wonderland in Japan.
Mm-hmm. So good. Ugh.
All right, so this is the segment where we go over to our mailbag, but I don't have any mail this week because we're still early in the season in terms of recording. So again, if you guys have questions or responses or just general comments you want to make about this movie, other movies, or Studio Ghibli in general, please send those to Tumblr, Twitter, or Facebook, or you can reach out to us at our website. Max, what's our that website? Email. Max, what is our email? Oh, I put him on the spot.
Tag me in.
My boy Ryan is part of HR. You know, I'm just kind of a guy who has a job here.
All right.
It's above his pay grade. Ryan, what is that email?
That email is evacstation@gmail.com.
I've done this for literally years and still don't.
Yes.
Literally
Max,
fucking years.
Max, you want to know how he got me to memorize it?
How?
He put me on the spot a couple of times on the podcast. I learned that shit quick.
I'm a sadistic little bastard. Okay. So yeah, let's go on to our next segment, which is the trivia. Name that anime. This might be the last time we do Name That Anime, which for those listening will have only be the second time, because, like, we record... Whatever. Production order. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I have 3 anime for you boys. One of these I know Ryan has seen. I know for a fact he's seen it. The other 2 I'm not so sure, but we'll find out. Alright. The first clue, gentlemen, for the first anime. Are you ready?
Alright.
This is a supernatural action anime, and its original run started in April of 2010.
Supernatural... I'm sorry, say it again, one more time?
It's a supernatural action anime, and its original run was in April of 2010.
Hellsing.
Nope, that is not it.
Damn it.
That was a good-ass guess, though. That was a good-ass guess, though.
Pretty solid guess. Max, you have one?
I'm gonna get more hints, but I think I have a theory.
Alright. Ready for hint 2, then?
Yeah.
Hint number 2. 2 internet radio shows were produced to promote the launch of this anime.
Yeah, that didn't help.
I didn't think it would. The first 2 clues have to be a little vague.
Internet radio shows, you said?
Yes. That is what the wiki I referenced called them. They're basically just podcasts, as far as I can tell. But yeah. All right. Question 3 or clue 3. Ryan, unless you want to take a guess at it.
No. What's clue 3?
All right. Clue number 3. The creator made a manga in 2017, just last year, to expand upon the anime's story and add things that were lost in the original cut of the production.
What was the first hint again?
Supernatural action anime, April 2010.
I have a guess.
Okay. What do you got?
One Punch Man.
Also not correct.
Damn it!
You're getting there.
Correct.
You're getting there.
Wrong order. The webcomic for One Punch Man came out first.
Yeah, you're right.
Max, you want to throw one into the ring here?
Guesses won't hurt me, right?
No, they will not.
That's why I'm throwing them out there, man.
Is it Eden of the East?
It is not.
Okay.
Okay, this 4th clue is going to give this away. I'm almost 100% sure. Are you boys ready? A 4-girl band acts as a diversionary tactics squad. Ooh.
Is it Angel Beats?
You got it. It's Angel Beats.
I have not heard of this one.
It's pretty good. It's about these kids who are basically dead in this afterlife little world.
Oh, God.
What?
I said, oh, God.
So this group has to fight death to basically get themselves out of this place, and it's a really cool little action piece. It's only like 13 episodes. I think you'd really enjoy it.
You know, this trivia battle is quickly becoming things that Ryan needs to watch soon.
Ryan's like making like a list of shit. He's like, maybe I should go.
So Angel Beats and fucking why haven't I watched Code Geass though?
Okay, Ryan.
Like, I understand Hitalia because that's kind of like a little bit more niche.
It's a little niche. I thought maybe it's like memification would have gotten to him a little bit, but I wasn't sure. So
pretty memey. You are correct on that.
All right, Ryan. I have a theory you'll get this next one.
Alright.
All right, and I feel like I should give Ryan a handicap here, but we'll see how this goes. Well, because Max, I feel like you might know it too, but I'm pretty sure Ryan will get it. All right, here we go. This dark fantasy anime, its original run was in October of '97.
Ooh, I think I know it.
What do you think? What do you got, Ryan?
Berserk.
You got it. Only one clue.
Yeah, buddies.
I'm glad that Ryan guessed it.
I'm glad he got it too.
I'm not gonna lie. Was gonna be a little bit disappointed if he didn't guess it.
Be like Dark Fantasy 1997. Yeah, no, that was Berserk. That was an early ass anime. God, it's so good.
Yeah, clue number 3.
It's still going. The manga's still going.
Is it actually? Holy shit.
Yep, I was gonna say clue number 3 is it's currently out of hiatus. I was gonna put something more obvious with the hiatus clue, but I'm like, no, they're not gonna even get to that one probably.
Literally within like the
fucking
first
Dragon Slayer sword, man. Guts. That's my guy.
All right, this next one I don't think Ryan's gonna get. I'll be surprised if Max even gets it. I picked something that's kind of obscure.
All right.
All right, the first clue is a sports drama, and its original run started in 2013 July.
Ayaku?
Nope. All right. Clue number 2. Ryan, do you want to take a guess at it, though?
No. Go ahead. Keep going.
A third season of this anime is scheduled to release in July of 2018.
Hajime no Ippo?
That is not it either.
Haikyuu. Did I get it wrong because I...
Nope.
Is it Haikyuu?
That's not it either.
Okay.
All right. Clue number 3. This one might help, it might not help. The town of Iwami, which is what the show is based on, has used the anime to promote tourism to its town. Totally was not expecting a response on that one.
I've run through my knowledge of sports anime, so...
To be fair, Ryan, I am not big on sports anime myself either. That's why I thought this was a little obscure, and I apparently might be right here.
I know one, and that's the boxing manga that I brought up earlier.
Wait a second.
Yes?
Are any of the clues related to what type of sport it is?
The 5th clue is yes.
Because I think I know it.
Alright, well, we'll see if we get to that with the 4th clue. This show has been cited as having helped revive the sports anime genre in North America, especially with Funimation.
Okay,
Yuri on Ice?
Nope.
Yuri on Ice came out in 2016, I think. I'm gonna throw out my guess before.
I think Max might be onto it.
I'm gonna do a little bit of pre-coming right now. Don't worry about me. Is it High Speedo, or I think it's Free in English?
You are correct. It is Free.
Nice.
I watch too much anime.
So the lesson I'm learning here is I'll have to reshake the trivia a bit. But overall, this is still a decent segment because we're learning about new anime. It's fun.
I mean, honestly, I don't mind getting my ass handed to me in the street.
To be fair, it's like you put somebody whose main entertainment is anime, put him right next to somebody who's watched a few anime casually.
Yep.
Well, I think
like the anime that I watch, I know, but there's a lot of anime out there, and I don't watch a whole bunch of it.
Yeah, like Ryan doesn't Ryan watches significantly more shit in general than me, because I just watch anime.
Damn.
No, like not literal shit, dude.
so. Maybe when Nicole comes to guest on, we'll have a more fair competition for you, Ryan.
Oh,
you mean for Max?
I mean, either way, I don't know how versed she is in all the things.
Pretty versed.
I am 100% sure that Nicole knows about 20,000 times more about anime than I do.
She probably knows more than me, motherfucker.
Well, in that case,
bruh.
in that case, I'll have to ensure Max and Nicole are there so we can see how they both square off. That'll be fun.
Yeah. See, I was good with the Marvels.
To be fair, Ryan, we were both fun with the Marvel shit, but yeah, no, this is a bit much.
Yeah, no, it's fine though. I mean, this is becoming shit that Ryan should check out.
Yeah, like at this point we should literally rename it Max fucking is tested on the anime that he knows, and Ryan takes suggestions.
Like, well, that sounds cool. What's going on?
We'll rename it to Max Teaches Ryan Anime.
Also,
yeah.
Also, Ryan, seeing how we didn't get to it, High Speedo is about swimming.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, little swimmies, little swims.
Cool.
So, as with the last episode we recorded, which will be every episode we've done before this, because I'm sure there's like episode 15 or 16 or whatever. Guys, let's go ahead and close out by discussing our final thoughts. How would you rate this film of the Spirited Away variety?
If I have children, they're gonna watch it.
Hands down, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, 100% agree. I mean, they'll probably watch this and fucking Little Nemo, because I watched Little Nemo when I was a very small child.
Oh yeah, I definitely would put this up in the best ofs. Definitely, again, if I'm using the same rating system that I've been trying to throw out there, not a platinum star. I think it's definitely something that everyone should probably see at least once. Definitely, kids.
Absolutely a classic. Absolutely a classic.
If you have any thoughts on these movies or want to discuss future films, please leave a comment down below, or go to Twitter, Tumblr, or Facebook. We'll definitely check out our comments there. You can also reach out to us at our email. Boys, what is that email?
Evacstation@gmail.com.
He's learning. Yes, you can email us there. And like I said before, we hopefully will have a website up soon if it's not up already, and link for that will be down below if it is up. Next time we will be recording other animes, and I don't have the full production order listed up yet because I don't know who's all going to be on the season just yet. But be sure to stay tuned, and I'll stop rambling, and I'll see you after the credits.
Bye.
Bye.
繰り返すは山地のその旅人はただ青い空の青さを知る果たしなく道は続いて見えるけれど